Hi guys, Tina Gail here with another Prepping December album video. So today we're going to talk about organizing what you've pulled together to work with. And my number one tip for organization is do it in a way that will inspire you to work with it, that gets you excited, that you get to play with it. If you like to touch your supplies, get it to where you can flip through it, touch it. If you're a flipper like I am, have something that you can flip pieces. If you want it tucked away and hidden, if it just overwhelms you and it just needs to be contained, then find containers that can close up and you can just pull out as you use them. So think about that. Also think about how and where you scrapbook. Do you have a designated space to scrapbook? Whether it's a table, the kitchen table, a scrapbook room, something like that. And then you would have to decide, is it something that you can leave out in an area, maybe not the whole room and the whole table, but in a small area? How much space do you have to designate for your December album supplies? Or are you someone that scrapbooks on the go and you have to have it portable, or you scrap at the kitchen table and you have to have it contained in something and you bring it to the kitchen table or wherever you're scrapbooking? Think of those things and that will help you decide what containers you need or how to store it and how to keep you inspired to work on your December album all throughout the holiday. So I've done a few different videos about different storage items, and so I'm going to link that video below and also at the end so you can check that out. So I'm not going to go real in depth because I went more in depth in those videos. But if you do have a place that's staying out, you can get these different containers here. This is a letter organizer that was from Tuesday Morning. You can get them at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, any of those places. This one is also one that's sort of the same thing, but it's wood. And I have one large spot for 12 by 12 pieces, and then a larger area here and a small one over here. This was from Target. There is another one that I love that's from the Container Store that I use, and it is featured in the other video, so if you want to check it out, check that one out. But it's all the same concept. See if there's something that you like. I love these like this. This one has extra space, so I can put my paper and large sticker sheets and things to the back. I can keep, now these stickers are a little bit long, but thickers and sticker sheets that are 6 by 12 can fit in here. And even the smaller packages of embellishments can go back here and up here. You can leave room for washi and all of your little sprinkles and things like that. So I love these types of containers. So if you can leave your stuff out in a way that you can see it and you're inspired by it, these are a great option. I will go to that in a minute. Then, if you're someone that needs to take it away, can't stay out, or you don't want to see it out, the iris containers are another great choice, and I definitely need a much larger table. So this is another option. You can just keep everything in here. There's really no reason that you couldn't fit your entire December album kit in an iris case. There's also, you can't find them much anymore, but there were dividers that would go inside of here that had sections that you could put your smaller stuff in so that you could pull it out and work on it. Like I said, they're a little bit harder to find now. You can find them on Amazon, but they're quite a bit more expensive. So an iris case is a cheap, economical way to store a kit in as well. You can also just store it in a bag. You can get the big bags that paper kits come in. You can get them at the dollar store, Walmart, and then just have a big Ziploc baggie and put it all in if it's something that you need to just put away. So I have a designated space and I need to leave it out because if I put it away, I'm not going to work on it. So that's why I kind of like the letter organizers. And then I do smaller things for embellishments. I wanted to show you something else. I have this out because I'm getting ready to paint these and make a project. But you can find containers, these metal, even plastic little trays and divider or containers at Walmart, the dollar store. These are really, really old and they're scuffed up and beat up. But I'm going to repurpose them. So these are fantastic. You can put all of your embellishments and small pieces down in here. It's pretty. You can sit and touch it. It can inspire you, but then it can just be slid out of the way. And this one is a little bit smaller one with a smaller lip. Same thing. So don't forget about looking at little containers like this, serving containers, when you're at the dollar store or Walmart, different places like that. I have this container and I'm thinking I may use this. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to get all my supplies out. There's also this one. This was from the Dollar Tree and it's just like a dip container in the kitchen aisle. So they have different variations of these. This is perfect because you can kind of divide up different types of embellishments. So don't forget about your kitchen organization. Bathroom organization a lot of times has great containers. You can also, of course, get pretty little dishes. This is one my son got me for Christmas last year. I have a couple of different pieces that he got me. They can set out and just really be something pretty and just eye candy. So that right there, that red and that white on that green and that metal, that just gets me excited and I want to start scrapbooking Christmas. So that's a little bit about containers. I think that's all I kind of had. I would love to hear your thoughts if you have other ideas about what you stored in. Tips, tricks, things you've discovered, things that work for you, things that don't. Everybody is different, so there's not one right way. Just find what works best for you. Oh, there's this container too. This is from the Dollar Tree, I believe. Yes. So this is in the cooking aisle. There's 2 of these for $1. And this is a great little container for, you know, your 4x6 cards, your packages of embellishments, things like that, and even the 6x8 paper pad is standing up in the back. So again, don't forget looking in the kitchen organization, and you could put punches in here, dies, different things. So just find an organization that inspires you and it works with your space and how you scrapbook. And then we're going to talk about how else can we get a little bit more organized so that we can create and not get burnt out doing this December daily. Once you've decided on this containers that you're thinking of using, the next thing that I like to do is start pulling everything out of packages. So one thing that you can do is your large sticker sheets, cut those apart into smaller, more manageable pieces, and also liked items. Like all of this down here is all labels. So I would cut that off, and I'll even cut it apart even smaller. You could cut it, depending on what you're organizing in, you could cut it to where it's just like a 6-inch, where you have that. I am going to go ahead and just go all the way, because I know if I want a word label, then I can just go through here and look at these and get the right size. So cut up all your sheets into more manageable sizes and like items, like the titles you could cut apart. I would keep all of the tickets together, and then just get it to where it will fit into things like this and the sizes that you're using. Whatever you're using, kind of check the size and try to get those pieces cut to that size. Now, the great thing about this chipboard piece is it is already coming apart with the backing intact. So I'm going to take it all apart and I'm going to get rid of all of this big packaging. So I'm just going to pop all of these. And then you can put like bigger items together or like items, like put all the Santa Clauses, all the circles, even if it's a Santa Claus, maybe. The pine cones together. But just try to get everything organized the way you think you'll use it, the way you think about it, that you would pull it. And get rid of as much packaging as you possibly can. Once you've done all that, again, open any of the embellishment packs. Like this is just a ton of poinsettias and leaves. I'm going to open that up and I'm going to put it in a container, probably in this one, where I can just flip through it. I know all of my little flowers, and holly is all there together. When I'm going through and doing that, I'm also looking at phrases. I'm looking at the words, we wish you a Merry Christmas, all things merry and bright. I'm looking at stuff like that because this year my album's going to be about Christmas past. So when you're bought your kit, when you start planning your December album, one thing that you want to do is plan what type of album are you going to create. Are you going to do a December daily where you're recording what you do each day of the month? Are you going to do more like Journal Your Christmas with Shamel, where she has prompts and you can talk about the current Christmas? I've done it both ways. I've done one where the prompts I used for current times, telling stories about today, and, well, not necessarily like that day, but, you know, that year. And I've done one, Journal Your Christmas, where I just talked about memories. Whatever the prompt was, if it was a story about my childhood, I wrote about it and documented it. If it was about my kids' childhood, I did it. If it was about current day, then I did it. So it was just a mixture. Nothing's wrong. Just pick out, try to narrow it down to what you want to do with your album. And like I said, I know I'm going to do about stories of Christmas past. And I'm going to follow Journal Your Christmas, and I'm really excited because I saw a Facebook post from Shamel that it's getting ready to load. So once you buy Journal Your Christmas, you're in it for life. So each year you can participate again. It's just the one-time cost. So that is awesome of Shamel. That's another reason why I love Shamel so much. But she's got some little fun new things coming up this year, so I'm really excited. But as you're going through and you're pulling your cards out and you're organizing your stash, pay attention to the words and the phrases on the cards and the embellishments and stuff for your ideas of what you're going to write about. So, and another thing is, get a Post-it notepad and have it out so that you can stick notes on different pieces of cards or while you're creating in your album pages of ideas that you have, how you want to use it, what you want to write about, what embellishments you want to use. Post-it notes are your friend. Okay, so back to the prompts. So I knew everything was going to be about Christmas past, and I had ideas, but as I'm going through, I'm looking, and like these little word labels that we cut apart, we have deck the halls. So I know that can be a journal prompt. You know, how did we decorate the house or the tree? When did we decorate the tree? There's so many different stories that you could tell by that. So I wrote that little phrase down and put some ideas out beside of it. Let it snow. I can tell about stories as a child when we always wanted it to snow for Christmas and we never really got snow for Christmas. Let's see. We got Hello December. So, you know, what did it look like when December landed as a child, and what did we think about? Jingle bells, you know, the sounds of Christmas. This one, you can see my little Post-it notes already. The Spirit of Christmas. I thought that would be a great card to use when I document about Christmas cards that I send out. That's definitely the spirit of Christmas, you know, sending a note to friends. This one, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, so I can write about those traditions. What did we do on Christmas Eve? I definitely have several stories that I can tell about Christmas Eve. This one's Dreaming of a White Christmas. I can talk about the weather. Again, we always wanted a white Christmas, but I really can't remember, but maybe one. We might have had more, but we just didn't have white Christmases. So whatever direction you're going with your December album, pay attention to what's in your kit and what phrases and things that you have. Make those notes, get a notepad out, write the notes down when you have that saying, you know, what does it prompt you, what stories does it prompt in you? And it will help you so much to have this album go by so quick once you've prepped everything, and in December when everything's crazy busy. Trust me, it will help. You'll be amazed. And it'll also help you set up in your album. And you can even do this if you're documenting, day 1, day 2, day 3, because you can do the same thing on days that maybe you don't do anything. You can document about the cards, or the day you make the cards, or the day you mail the cards. You could document it, so you could use these pages, these elements on those days. So it will work no matter what. Again, this year I'm not doing a daily album. It always bogs me down. It causes me stress. I just can't deal with it. So that's one thing. If you don't have numbers, which I really loved this kit this year, there were no numbers in it. So it just took that pressure off, because I felt like when the numbers were in the kit, I needed to use them, because where else were I going to use, the numbers 1 through 25, and Christmas colors really large. So it took a lot of that pressure off. This is just documenting memories. I might have 25 memories. I might have 30. I might have 12. Whatever I do is going to be enough. So when you're breaking your kit apart, think of those things. Another thing that you can do that will really help you is to cut photo mats. So I just took some white cardstock, cut different sizes of photo mats. It can be that I actually map the photo on these, or it could be placeholders where I know I want to put photos when I'm prepping the pages for my December album. So if you already have these all cut up, it's going to be such a time saver when you're in that crunch of putting that album together. And again, I just did the most common sizes that I know I print my photos or that I use in scrapbook. And I don't usually do small ones on layouts and things, but in December album, it's fun to do some little close-ups. You can do them like the ornaments. We do an ornament each year for each one of us. So it's fun to take a small little close-up of those and print them all and make a page. And in a 6x8 album, it's really great to have those small sizes. So I have some square ones. I have like 3x4 type, 4x6. I even have a 5x7. And you could even do like a 6x8, because that's the sizes of your pages. So get some photo mats cut. If you took advantage of the links that I shared last time of the free printables that are available online, get those printed and cut apart and put with your embellishments as well. If you have either 12x12 paper or these little 6x8 paper pads that are cut aparts, both sides, I would go ahead and cut all of those apart and put with your cards. If it's like this and there's a full pattern on the back, I normally do not cut those apart, because I usually have a lot more cut aparts than I use. So I want to keep full-size paper so that I can create some fun little inserts and things like that. But if you do have some paper that's in your kit or that you're using that's cut aparts both sides, cut those apart, put with your cards, and get everything together. The next thing that I'm going to do is just start sorting my stuff into the different items that I have, either, like I said, by size, by shape, by type, like my small little finishing touches, my enamel dots, my buttons. Those are finishing touches. So I'll put all those together. If I have larger pieces like my doilies, different things that are going to tuck in, then I'm going to put those there. My ribbons and twines are together. My die cuts and chipboards, I will separate those all up. I will pull out probably these small hearts and put with my bits and bobs, my small pieces. I will also probably take anything that has words like this and separate it so that I know I can add those into each individual little page. So I'm just sorting by how I know that I will look for something like, I want some little phrase, a phrase sticker, or, a word or something like that. Then I'm going to sort those together because I know I look for that. If I just want something little filler, that's going to be things like this, so they're going to go together. I'm going to keep my 3x4, 4x6 cards and my paper all together. I have my tools and my brads up here. If my brads were not full packages, I would take them apart and put them in with this, but they're full packages, so I don't want to break them apart. I have my thickers up there. So again, I'm just going to separate it all out, and then I will put it into my favorite containers. I really do like this container, and I like having my smaller stuff like this. So I will probably see if it will fit If not, like I said, this little container here, I'm really leaning towards it this year. Last year I used this, it works, but I'm leaning towards this because I love this bigger area, and I still have this that I can put smaller pieces in. So it will be either this or that. So I'm going to organize all of my stuff, and then I will be back, and I think the next video we're going to start prepping some pages. So I'll give you some ideas on some fun little flips and flaps and inserts and things like that that you can put into your December album. I hope you're enjoying this. I can't wait to see and hear all about your December album and your prepping. So please leave your comments down below of what you're doing right now, or what if you're way ahead of me. I feel like I'm way behind this year, but it's okay. Everybody at their own pace. So thanks for watching, and I will be back soon with another December album video.